Hello and welcome back to my channel. For today's video I thought we'd talk about something a little bit different. I personally have had my lips done twice. And the first time and the second time were about a year and 2 months apart. So by the time I got them done the second time, the first time was pretty much all gone. And that second time when I got them done was about 2 or 3 months ago, so this is still my done lips. I made the decision to get my lips done because I have always had very, very thin, or hardly existent lips, and I figure I'm someone with a pretty, large facial features. I've got pretty big eyes, I've got a massive schnoz, and then I had these little tiny lips, and I was always overlining them, but they didn't have any volume. So that's ultimately why I went and decided to get my lips done. Also, a friend of mine had had hers done, and so when I got mine done the first time, she had made an appointment to go get hers redone, and so I just went with her and got mine done at the same time. So I am no expert, and I am no doctor, and so I don't super know what I'm talking about in that sense. But as someone who has had hers done twice now, I figured I could make sort of like a things you should know going into this, what research you should do if you are someone who is looking to get your lips done. First and foremost, remember that if you're going to get any sort of injection, any sort of injectable like that, yes, it's less serious than like a real plastic surgery, but it's still serious. It's still a medical procedure that you're getting done. You're still electing to have stuff injected into your body. So take it seriously. Don't take it lightly. I see a lot of people these days, because lip fillers are everywhere, just think it's just a silly, willy-nilly thing that you can get done, and that really scares me. Like, really put some serious thought into it. And perhaps one of the most serious things you can think of or think through is where you're gonna go. I am someone who watches lots of documentaries on botched plastic surgeries and botched fillers, and I watch that show Botched, and I watch all this stuff, and one of the things that I see over and over again through them is, I'll never understand why people decide to get some sort of cosmetic procedure done and then go to like a creepy house somewhere instead of going to like a real facility. I don't understand that. So please do research into the place you want to go. When I went the second time, because I went all by myself the second time I got my lips done, I picked the place that I went to because in my mind it was a chain place. So this company has locations all throughout Canada. So my thought was, if something goes wrong, there's a company I can sue. I know it sounds silly, but I'm a big supporter typically of like ma and pa type places. I try to spend locally as often as possible. But when it comes to something like that, I was like, man, no, I want a chain of command. I want a way I can stalk them. I want a way I can research them. I want to be able to look everything up by myself easily. So I went to a place that had locations all over Canada. Not a lot, but like 6 locations spread throughout Canada. Then once you pick your place, you're going to want to do some research into what exactly you want injected into your lips. Just so you have some idea. It is their job when you go there to kind of help you figure out what you want. But I believe going in with some idea yourself, can't hurt. There's 1,000 different kinds of juvederm and that sort of thing. And they basically range from like Restylane, which is a more natural feeling substance, to juvederm XC, which is what I have, which the lady told me when she picked it for me is what she usually uses in old ladies because their lips are usually so thin and so like non-existent, like there's no volume in them, that they need something like juvederm XC because it's so thick to help hold the shape. Because I didn't have much of a top lip at all, I still really it's still not a big top lip, it's just there's just something there now. She really wanted to give me juvederm XC, and I agreed with it because it is harder and it was going to hold a shape. The first time I got my lips done, I know she didn't use Restylane, but it wasn't juvederm XC, it was something in between, and I couldn't feel it after it had healed and all that. This stuff, if I touch my lips and I smush them around, I can still feel that there's something in there. Like, it's not movable or whatever, but I can tell that it's not just like natural lip stuff in there. I can tell that there's something in there, which I don't hate. I don't find it annoying or anything, but just know that I have more extreme stuff in my lips. Next, what you're going to want to do is also research into the person who is doing your lips. I don't know that it's a rule, but I think most places, I know it's this way for optometrists and stuff, but I think they have to have their credentials displayed. So both times I've had my lips done, it's been like a nurse, like a regular registered nurse who's actually been the one to do the injections, but in both cases she works under a doctor who supervises and approves you for getting your lips done and goes through your medical history with you and that sort of thing. So really make sure that everything feels like you've been through. Even if you think, I don't have any allergies, I don't have any blah, 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 I'm fine. make sure that they sit down and they go through that with you. Make sure that you're seeing someone who knows what they're doing, and that they go through your history with you, and they make sure that they're not going to be in trouble if something goes wrong. Because if they're saving their butts, then you know that you're probably a little bit safer. And if their credentials aren't clearly displayed, don't be afraid to ask questions. Like, it feels a little bit sketchy to be like, I'm sorry, so, like, are you a nurse, or are you, like, what are you? I know it feels kind of, like, accusatory and weird, but it's your face. Like, you have a right to ask these questions, so don't be afraid to ask the questions, get the info you want. Go into this a little bit scared. Don't go in overconfident, because that's when bad things happen. Ask questions. Something that I found reassuring, believe it or not, the second time I got my lips done, is that when she went through the risks, she made it sound terrifying. She explained that if she injected in the wrong spot, it would go into like a vein, and then it would kind of spider out as it affected all of the surrounding veins. Kind of like in a movie when someone gets like injected with poison or whatever, and you see it like spread out. And she made sure that I understood that. I think she tried to scare the living heck out of me, but I appreciated that because she was really trying to reassure me that this is a real thing, and I'm opting to do this, you know? It was like she was confident in herself, but she wanted to be confident in the fact that I knew what she was doing. Talk to the person doing your lips a lot throughout the whole thing. Make sure that they really understand the shape that you want, what you're going for. Don't just trust them. Like, make sure that they understand what you're looking for. Personally, I brought photos of Jamie Page Beauty, who is a YouTuber here, with me because I just think her lips are beautiful. Her lips are beautiful and natural, and I just love them. So I brought a photo of her, and I showed the lady. She understood that I really wanted my lips, but more of a natural volume to them. Another tip, which is seldom followed, is make sure you do all of the aftercare properly. I would assume with something like that, you're supposed to keep the area clean for like a little while, right? Oddly enough, the first time I got my lips done, she told me I could put lipstick on right away. I did, and nothing bad happened. But the second time, she was like, make sure you don't put lipstick on for 2 days, which, I mean, I got mine done on a Friday, so that was fine. Don't eat anything spicy, like she had this whole list of things I should avoid. And I did that, and I feel like it healed about the same way both times, but follow the aftercare instructions that the professional gives you to a T, just to keep yourself safe. Like, it's literally just about protecting yourself. Another recommendation that I have is make sure you get contact info. Like, direct contact info for the person who injected your lips. In both cases, I had email addresses and cell phone numbers for them. And I was instructed specifically that if anything looked fishy, if I thought anything looked weird, to send them photos. In both cases, they said they would take me right back, like, let me come into the clinic immediately, and they would dissolve it or look at it or whatever. And so it made me feel really safe that nothing was going to go wrong because they were there. In both cases, nothing did go wrong anyway. A little bit of bruising and a little bit of swelling, but that went away within about a week or two. But it was nice to know that if something did start to go bad, they were there. Editing this video back, I realized that I forgot to mention something that you were probably actually wondering about the most, and that's pain. So the first time I got my lips done, because it wasn't the juvederm XC, it was something a little bit thinner, it hurt. Like, don't get me wrong, but it hurt less. Obviously, like, they gave me a significant amount of numbing both times, but I could still feel it. Like, it's still a needle going into your face, and then something being injected into your lips, you know? Like, I could feel it. The second time, because juvederm XC is so thick, I could really feel it. It felt like my lips were a balloon, and they were being inflated. Like, the actual needle prick didn't hurt as much the second time, but it was weird. And then for the next couple of days, like, my lips felt weird. Like, they felt overinflated like a balloon. Once the swelling went down, obviously, that kind of went away. But I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it's painless. It's obviously not the most painful thing I've ever been through. You know, I have a bone disorder, and I've broken my bones many times. But I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it doesn't hurt. It does hurt. You just kind of have to decide for yourself if the pain of getting it done, which is temporary, is worth it in the long run for the lips that you wanted. You know? And for me, yes, it was. I'm still glad I did it. Yeah, it sucked in the moment, but, you know, it's alright. And I have a pretty high pain tolerance, typically, and it did hurt. I didn't cry, and I didn't, like, no, like, none of that, but I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you it didn't hurt. Alright, back to the video. In both cases, even with different filler product, getting my lips done for one whole syringe, because that's what you pay for. You pay for a syringe. Whether you use the whole syringe or not, you pay for the one whole syringe full. It cost me about $600 both times. Now, you're going to think some places are cheaper than that, but the reality of the situation is if you go cheaper than that, where are they cutting costs, right? Maybe the ingredients aren't of high quality. Maybe the place that you're going to isn't as clean. You know, I understand wanting to be frugal and wanting to cut costs, but I just feel like if you're going to try to save money, this is not the area to do it. If you're going to get an injectable, spend the money. Go somewhere nice where everything is clean, where you know that there's a chain you can follow if something goes bad, where the people will give you the whole rundown of the risks, because injections are not to be taken lightly, contrary to popular belief, to give you the whole rundown of risks, to give you their contact info. There are lots of places in life where you can scrimp on things to save money. This is not one of them. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video on my tips and my experience with lip injections. So far, I like them. I wish she had made the top lip a little bit bigger. Like, I don't have anything on my lips right now. I probably should open with that. Don't have anything on my lips right now, and I feel like my top lip, it should be, like, here's my top lip. I feel like it should be just up a little bit more. But I still like it. It looks like my lips still. Would I get them done again? Probably. But I would go back to one of the places I've been before. I will link the vlog from the first time I got my lips done in the description box below. That includes a lot of footage of me getting needles in my face, so only watch it if you're cool with watching needles. And again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and you subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And I'll see you next time. Bye!